There's a basic system of major and minor shapes on the left hand that allows you to cover all of the major and minor chords. And then if you combine the right hand chords, which we'll do later, you can actually play every chord, major, minor, seventh, ninth, and so forth. All right, so first of all, we're going to orient where those chords would be with our first finger. So the notes that we're going to use is the same as the getting started lesson. So for example, going to the highest note, this is your A. And that is on the middle string of the bass side. If you have a grand, you're going to have one more string over here. This is, of course, a 10-string instrument. So to play our A chord, what we're going to do is our first finger plays on the 7th fret where the dot is, right here. Hold that note, and then you're going to play the string next to it like that. So that's the 5th of the chord. And then we're going to play the highest string, or if you have a grand, it's the next to the highest string, like this. So that is our A minor chord. Okay, the minor chord shape is a little bit easier than the major chord. The major chord, you go like this. You play the root on A, and you play the note E the 5th, and then you reach up with your little finger, and that gives you a major third, A major chord. So A minor, and now A major. Okay, now to learn our chords, we're going to move those down the alphabet. A really good exercise that I find is to play A, and then a G, and then an F to work on those three. It's also a very common chord progression, especially in rock music, so it's a lot of fun to play. So I'm going to play 4 notes, quarter notes like this. And now I go down to G, which is a whole step down. And now I go to F major, another whole step down. So there's 3 of your basic chords in the left hand side. A parallel exercise to find your other chords would be to take these 3 fingers and move them back or down in pitch, one set of strings. So now I'm on D. If you're not sure where, you can hear the note and match it up with your instrument. So D minor, and now I go down to C. And then for exercise purposes, I'm going to play a B flat. A B is here, but a B flat is here, just because it sounds better for now. Okay, so this exercise is D minor, then a C major, and now down to a B flat major. And for information, the A would be a half step below that. That's where the A would be located. Okay, so the first part of the exercise is now on the right hand, we're going to add that same A note. And that A, again, is right here. And that's on the 12th fret of the 4th string, or if you are tuned in standard, you may be on the 10th fret. So this note can move. I recommend go to the 4th string and then match that pitch. Listen to that sound and find that note. And then of course the octave was 2 frets up, so that's going to be right here. So there's the 2 notes in the right hand, like that. I'm tucking my finger in just to show you, but really I leave it out like that. Okay, and this position is shown in Getting Started on the previous lesson. All right, so now I'm going to play on my right hand. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually play the A note in quarter notes like this. And I'm going to play in the left hand quarter notes, 1 note per each. So there's a nice exercise to work on the 2 hands together. Now I'm going to move A minor, G, and F. So I'll play that together. 3, 4. So there's 3 nice chords you can play like that. If you want to do it for the D, I move the A over to D and the A over to D. So both hands moved over 1 string like that. And now I play the same thing. 3, 4. So there's a good exercise for working on the left-hand chords. Also, it's nice to have the right hand involved, just so you feel like you're playing with both hands. The last one is we'll go back to our A, and now we're going to play our octave up here on the second string like I showed you earlier. And we're going to alternate these two notes back and forth. So we're going to go from the A to the D, like this. So I'm playing the A in the left hand, 3, 4. So I'm going to do that again. 3, 4. And then of course for the D minor chord, I can take both hands and move them over one set of strings. So instead of being on the A, I'm on the D. And now these two notes are on the lowest and the highest string up here. And then this one is here on the 7th fret. So I'm going to play those two two hands together. 3, 4. Like that. And one good variation, I did it accidentally, but I'm going to show it to you anyway that way, is I'm actually playing 2 notes in the right hand for 1 in the left. That's a nice variation. So I'll play that variation. 3, 4. Now I go down to the C. Like that. Also, the last part is note, that I'm holding these notes in the left hand down. So I'm just going to work on show you that. I'm not lifting my fingers up like this. I'm holding the notes down for sustain. A minor example. Sounds better when you keep your fingers down on the fretboard. So forth and so on. So that can develop into a nice little song that way. Just doing this. Okay, so there's a good beginning introduction to the left-hand chords and also involving the right hand for some exercises.